There isn't anyone more reputable in the Liverpool transfer space than Paul Joyce. The journalist has spoken and delivered some significant transfer news across various topics. In today's video, we'll delve into all of this while covering the latest Liverpool news from the past 24 hours. There's a lot to discuss, but first, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our rapidly growing community. To start with, Liverpool now know when they'll travel to Plymouth for their FA Cup fourth-round tie, with the date and kick-off time confirmed. Arne Slot's side was drawn against the Championship team after securing their place in the fourth round with a 4-0 victory over League Two's Accrington Stanley. This means yet another long journey to the South Coast for supporters, who have already made the trip to Southampton twice and Brighton, with Bournemouth still to come on February 1st. Home Park will host the fourth-round match, which is scheduled for Sunday the 9th of February, with a 3 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time kickoff. The game will be broadcast live on ITV in the UK. Plymouth currently sits at the bottom of the Championship table, with Myon Musley as their new manager following Wayne Rooney's sacking on New Year's Eve. The last time Liverpool faced Plymouth was in 2017, when the Reds won a replay at Home Park thanks to a rare goal from Lucas Leiva after the initial match at Anfield ended in a goalless draw. The only two players who were part of the first-team setup then and remain so now are Trent Alexander-Arnold and Joe Gomez. Liverpool's 600-mile round trip to Plymouth comes right after the League Cup semi-final second leg against Tottenham at Anfield on the 6th of February, and before the rescheduled Merseyside derby on. As mentee, Joyce also touched on other areas of the club's transfer strategy, providing hints about ongoing assessments and the broader plans being put into motion. With so much happening on and off the pitch, it's clear Liverpool has a lot on its plate in the weeks ahead. Kelleher is reportedly considering leaving Liverpool, especially with the arrival of Georgi Mamardashvili on the horizon. The journalist also noted that while this month will likely remain quiet in terms of transfers, the summer is shaping up to be an important period for squad adjustments. There was also confirmation of genuine interest in Darwin Núñez from Saudi Arabia, adding another layer of intrigue to Liverpool's transfer discussions. Starting with Milos Kerkez, rumours about the Hungarian have been circulating for weeks, but there hasn't been much concrete development. It feels more like this is a signing that makes sense on paper rather than a deal that is actively in motion. Paul Joyce's comments support this perspective. Kerkez is being monitored, but Liverpool is likely keeping tabs on 5 to 10 other left-backs as well. That said, £50 million for a highly promising player like Kerkez seems like excellent value. He's young, Premier League proven, and has extensive experience adapting to different countries and leagues, showcasing his versatility. With Robertson's form dipping, fans are increasingly vocal about the need for a new left-back, and Kerkez appears to be the ideal candidate. Moving on to Kelleher, it's no surprise that the Irish goalkeeper is eyeing an exit now that Mamardashvili's arrival is imminent. Kelleher has been an outstanding backup for Liverpool, delivering some excellent performances whenever Alisson has been unavailable. While it will be disappointing to see him leave, it's understandable. He has the talent to secure first-team football at a strong club, and staying at Anfield to play only a handful of games doesn't make sense for his career. Finally, Darwin Núñez remains a polarizing figure among fans. Despite being one of the most frustrating players to watch at times, he has endeared himself to the Liverpool faithful. Signed in 2022 for a hefty £85 million, the Uruguayan forward has struggled to meet expectations, which has been a source of frustration for the fanbase. The most perplexing aspect of Núñez's game is his tendency to score goals that seem improbable while missing the ones that seem straightforward. It's disheartening that the move hasn't panned out as hoped, but if a significant offer from Saudi Arabia materializes, it could be an opportunity for Liverpool to recoup some of their investment. Recent updates from Paul Joyce have been intriguing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching so far. If you're enjoying the video, please like and subscribe to join our rapidly growing Liverpool fan community. Now, let's dive into the next story. Continuing on the topic of Darwin Núñez, Arne Slot has admitted that he has yet to bring out the best in the striker. Liverpool's number 9 is still adapting to playing effectively against teams that employ a low defensive block. Núñez might return to the starting lineup as Liverpool prepare to face Brentford on Saturday, following a 5-game streak without scoring. The Uruguayan has managed just one goal in his last 12 appearances, which came against Southampton in the Carabao Cup. After that, he lost his spot to Luis Diaz. However, with Diaz unwell during the build-up and Diogo Jota nursing a knock, Núñez could be given another opportunity, with Slot maintaining his confidence in the forward. Speaking before the trip to West London, Liverpool's head coach acknowledged that he has not yet fully figured out how to maximise Núñez's potential. Slot stated, "When things aren't perfect, there's often a lot of talk about issues that aren't necessarily relevant to what's actually happening. Darwin is a striker we need to use in a specific way, and so far, we haven't managed to bring out his best this season. Against Errington Stanley, you saw his incredible pace again, but unfortunately for him, most teams sit deep when playing us. If you look back at the goals he's scored, like the one against Villa where he rounded the goalkeeper on a counterattack, that's his greatest strength. He has other qualities, but we're still working on positioning him effectively against the low block. It's about finding the right timings, delivering accurate crosses, starting in the right areas, and making the correct runs. Slot also hinted that opposition defenders are impacting Nunez's effectiveness by targeting him physically, with referees perhaps being too lenient. I've noticed, and I'm not sure if others have as well, how teams defend against our number 9. You have to credit opposing teams for their tactics. It's never a case of, here you go, Darwin, you can score on every cross. They make it incredibly difficult for him, he explained. A defender all over him, I see referees. Unfortunately, don't it's more difficult to score against a team like Forest. Because every time we had a chance they had 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 players in the box. Slot did though maintain his view that Darwin will score his goals. He already did and he will again. It's great to see Slot being transparent about Darwin Núñez. He is aware the striker hasn't been up to standard and he's honest about it, highlighting that Núñez hasn't figured out how to play and be effective against the low block. A big issue, seeing as though most teams play that setup against us, like Slot mentioned. However, Slot also mentioned the increased physicality from defenders when they're up against Darwin Núñez, which is something everyone sees yet never seems to be brought up. Núñez is often manhandled by opposition defenders, yet nothing gets done about it and is hardly ever even spoken about. Defenders clearly do it because they understand how much of a threat Núñez can be with his explosive pace and how lethal he can be in front of goal. Defenders don't want to take that risk. Núñez can often be hot-headed and easy to aggravate, so defenders will do this to also get a reaction from the Uruguayan. However, Núñez is now in his 3rd season at Anfield and after scoring no more than 11 goals in a single Premier League season, it's difficult to see the striker producing anything more in the near future. There's been very little adaptation or improvement, and it might just be the case that Nunes is simply not cut out for the league. Maybe it's time we listen to the noise coming from Saudi and look to recuperate some of the investment. Let me know your thoughts on Núñez down in the comments. But that is all for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Liverpool content. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Ingalls.